Yo, what up? Back at it again. Seeing if how far Gordon Freeman could get in Mario 64. So let's get it. All right, so left off on IROC, and yeah, Gordon Freeman beats IROC low diff because he could literally just dodge all of IROC's attacks. Because IROC, he is predictable, and like he kind of does the same moves over and over again. So yeah, Gordon Freeman, all he has to do is shoot him in his eyes with explosives or energy weapons, and then yeah, he beats IROC though. Yeah, but standard bullets are not hurting IROC though. That's yeah. The standard bullets just ain't hurting IROC. But anyway, let's move on. So let's go to Snowman's Land. So again, the cold weather in Snowman's Land will not affect Gordon at all because like I said, the HEB suit can protect him from cold temperatures as long as it's not like -0, and which I doubt Snowman's Land reaches. But anyway, the bully, the ice bully in Snowman's Land, Gordon Freeman. Again, all Gordon Freeman really has to do is first of all, he does have to be careful on the ice, definitely, because he will slip. He has to be careful. Other than that though, like he's basically good. Oh my goodness, bro. Yeah, basically all he has to do, he has to be careful on the ice. He has to use energy weapons, so he can melt, he can melt through the ice bully. And yeah, the only way he can really win this is if he, cause this is actually gonna be hard, cause again the ice is slippery, so if you ran, he would slip and fall. And the ice bully's kind of fast, so he would probably just charge. And probably just charge on him, and try to knock him off the platform. So yeah, he would have to think fast. Definitely use energy weapons, and he should be good. But he collects all stars in Snowman's Land, and yeah, cause he can just melt through the ice too. Like the stars that require you to navigate ice, he can just melt through the ice with his energy weapons and explosives, so it won't even matter. So yeah, he clears Snowman's Land mid diff only because of the ice bully. But yeah, other than that, he's good. Alright, now, let's get into the wet dry world. So wet dry world again would be easy. Gordon Freeman won't have to worry about anything in wet dry world. He can melt through all the fences. He could Gauss jump to higher levels. Yeah, he can just use all of his speed glitches to navigate dry world with ease. and the only enemies that could really hurt Gordon in Wet Dry World is probably, a Chuckya. Because, the Chuckya would probably try to grab him and throw him. But Gordon Freeman would easily just dodge the Chuckya. Because Chuckyas, like, they're kind of fast. But I feel like Gordon Freeman wouldn't be able to dodge them. So, it won't even matter that much. But there is one thing that Gordon Freeman will have to worry about. So, he would have to worry about, how he would be able to hurt the Chuckya. Because he could just run past it, which could work for him. But if the Chuckya will not move out of his way, then there's only one thing he can do, and that's, of course, fight back. So how would he, even stop the Chuckya? Well, again, he'll probably just have to use energy weapons. And if the Chuckya got too close, then he'll probably have to use his crowbar. But, other than that, though, I think Gordon's, he's not really struggling in Wet Dry World, so probably like low to mid diff in Wet Dry World. Alright, now Tall Mountain. So Tall Mountain would be easy for Gordon Freeman because again, he can collect all the stars. He could easily destroy, the Goombas and bombs, and then again for the Chuckya, he can literally just run past it, or use, sci-fi weapons. But other than that, yeah, Tall Mountain is not going to be hard for Gordon at all. But anyway. Okay, he clears all the stars. And then Tiny Huge Island. He wouldn't be able to clear all the stars because the Koopa the Quick race. He would get left in the dust by Koopa the Quick because Koopa the Quick, states that he got Mach 1 shoes, and that is believable because the world of Mario is already crazy. Yeah, Gordon Freeman's just he's not going to be able to, outrun Koopa the Quick, but it doesn't matter because he's still going to be able to at least get the other stars. And yeah, nothing there can really do anything to him. The Lakitus, he could probably kill the Lakitus, with a gun, honestly. Because I don't even think the Lakitus are that strong. And then, he also obviously destroyed Goombas, Piranha Plants. Yeah, so he's basically good. But, alright, what about the Wiggler, though? So, yeah, I think it's safe to assume that the Wiggler is bulletproof. But, here's the thing. She might be bulletproof, but that doesn't mean Gordon can't, it means he can't stop her, so. I feel like, energy weapons and explosives could still work. And the crowbar would still work, so. Yeah, Gordon, he's basically good. All he has to do is really try his best to keep his distance, use energy weapons, and explosives too. But yeah, other than that, yeah, he should be good. Anyway, Oh shoot, I'm just trying to outrun this gargantua. Alright, but anyway, yeah, the Wiggler, all of his energy weapons and explosives should damage the Wiggler, and yeah, he's good. And yeah, he probably kill the Wiggler, and then she'll give him a star. Alright, but, what about the second Bowser stage? Again, the temperature wouldn't really affect him, neither will the enemies. So he gets through the platform challenges easily. But then what about the Bowser fight? So the Bowser fight and Bowser in the Fire Sea. This one will be kind of hard for Gordon, only because of how the fight starts. So Bowser, you know, he obviously tips the arena over by jumping on top of it, and Gordon, he could probably, like, you know, break his crowbar into the ground so he can hold on tight, which could work. So actually, yeah, he's probably good for this, but it will still be kind of dangerous for him. But then for the rest of the fight, he's basically good. You know, he can dodge. He can easily dodge Bowser's fire breath. He can dodge Bowser's trampling attacks, and then, you know, he could just use the gravity gun to shoot Bowser into the spike bombs, or use the spike bombs against Bowser, or use his own explosives. But yeah, he wins this like mid-diff. It's really nothing he has to worry about, and yeah, he's basically good. Alright, so yeah, he would be able to collect 70 stars, and then onto the final Bowser stage. So the final Bowser stage would still be kind of easy, because again, platform challenges won't really matter, especially when he has all these speed glitches and on the long jump module. So yeah, he'll still be good. And then, you know, for the final Bowser fight, this one probably be the hardest fight, because first of all, Bowser's electric shock waves. I mean, Gordon Freeman would probably just jump over them, because, you know, Gordon Freeman, he's smart. So yeah, he probably detect them, jump over them. You know, he's dodging all of his fire attacks, dodging his trampling attacks. And yeah, he's using the same method, you know, with the gravity gun, launching Bowser into the mines, or launching the mines towards Bowser. And then he's just from that point, you know, like after he launched Bowser into the mines like a second time, then he would get back up and he would start to destroy the arena and turn it into the shape of a star. But Gordon Freeman would just stand in the center and still use the gravity gun to launch Bowser into the mines, or just launch the mines towards Bowser. And then he beats Bowser, saves Peach, and clears Mario 64. So he clears Mario 64 with like mid-diff at the most. So yeah, Gordon Freeman is actually stronger than you think. That's crazy.